point, chapter number 5, Minerals and Energy Resources. In this class, we are going to see about the second topic, the mode of occurrence of minerals and where are these minerals found. So before moving to this topic, I request all of you, please in your textbook we are having one flow chart, that's a classification of the minerals. So classification of mineral is there. So all the cadet please say this, classification of mineral. In our previous class I told Abhiram to read out this. So next Mayur from 10th B, please read out. Mayur from 10th B, unmute yourself and read it. Is Mayur present in the meeting? Mayur, please unmute yourself and read out the classification of mineral.
Which are containing iron.
Excuse me.
Non-ferrous are contain copper.
Who is reading? Mayur, you have to read this classification which is available in the slide presentation also. Classification of mineral. Minerals are divided into metallic, non-metallic and energy mineral. Right? In metallic, ferrous,
Yes,
non-ferrous and precious. Please continue, child.
Metallic minerals are ferrous, containing iron, example iron ore, nickel, cobalt, etc. Non-ferrous are copper, lead, bauxite, etc. Precious metallic minerals are gold, silver, platinum, etc. Non-metallic minerals are salt, potash, sulfur, granite, limestone, marble, sandstone, etc. Energy minerals are coal, petroleum, natural gas.
Very good, Mayur. Now all the cadet please observe this classification of mineral you have studied in 8th standard also, in science also, and you are knowing most of the common things related to it. That's minerals, metallic, non-metallic. In that, in science you studies about metal, non-metals or energy minerals. So like that here, metallic, non-metallic and energy mineral. So in the energy mineral, coal, petroleum and natural gases are there. In metallic, ferrous, non-ferrous and precious are there, and the examples are also placed here. So cadet, your today homework will be there. Figure number 5.1 you have to draw in your notebook. Previous class I placed to write down the definition of mineral. Now this flow chart of classification of mineral you have to draw in the notebook. Next, moving further to see why are these minerals are very important to us, how to use them, and to use them we require the source from where we can extract them. So we are directly moving to the topic, where are these minerals found? So first the search is there, from where we can get all this mineral. Abhiram, please continue. Abhiram, unmute yourself and start reading.
Minerals found.
Continue, child.
Is used to describe of minerals with other elements. The mineral content is sufficient, must be in sufficient concentration to make its extraction commercially viable. The type of formation or structure in which they
Abhiram, your voice is breaking in between, child. Next, from 10C, Kune. Please continue. From 10C.
so actually you are also
Okay, good beta. After that I will give you chance. Let him to read. Rishikeshwara, Pune, are you present here?
Yes, sir.
Please continue reading, child. You are having textbook also. Please read. Where are these minerals found? Minerals are usually found in ores.
Sir, minerals are usually found in ores. The type and accumulation of any mineral mixed with other elements. The mineral content of the ore must be in sufficient concentration. As they are found determines the relative ease. This also determines the cost of extraction. It is therefore important for us to understand the main types of formations in which mineral occurs.
Okay, very good. So the explanation part of this particular paragraph is like this. The question is here, where are these minerals found? So minerals are very important as we have seen in our previous presentation. In day-to-day life we are using n number of products which are made up of the mineral. So we require minerals to having the search of minerals. So minerals are found in ores, right? And ores means they are going to be the bed or they are going to be the home from where we are extracting the mineral. Sometimes they are having a single one, sometimes they are having the mixed with the other element. So for the purification, separation, extraction, we require different process here. So let's quickly see. The first, minerals generally occurs in these form. So as in our previous class, already I told you about the minerals are where we are having that minerals in the different types of rocks. So first one, igneous and metamorphic rock. Bhavna, please continue reading. Bhavna from 10th C. Child, please start to read. Minerals generally occurs in these form. Point number 1, igneous and metamorphic rocks.
Minerals generally occur in these forms. In igneous and metamorphic rocks, minerals may occur in the cracks, crevices, faults or joints. The smaller occurrences are called veins and the larger are called lodes.
Okay, good. Please stop here, Bhavna. Please have a pause. Let me explain this point. Cadet, please underline this veins and lodes in your textbook because these are the important terminology. It can be asked, define the term veins, define the term lodes, right? So at it, Bhavna just has read about the igneous and metamorphic rocks occurs in the cracks, curve, faults and joint, and the smaller one is going to be called as veins as we are having the veins in our body, and the larger one they are going to be called as lode. Bhavna, please continue, child. Good.
In most cases, they are formed when minerals in liquid or molten and gaseous forms are forced upward through cavities towards the Earth's surface. They cool and solidify as they rise. Major metallic minerals like tin, copper, zinc and lead, etc. are obtained from veins and lodes. In sedimentary rocks, a number of minerals occur in beds or layers. They have been formed as a result of deposition, accumulation and concentration in horizontal strata.
Okay, good. Next. First, as you have seen, the second point is talking about here. In sedimentary rocks, a large number of the minerals occurs in bed and layers form. You have picked up the stone which you can make easily crush or crack, right? So they are, if we are seeing that structure of that particular rocks, they are having the layer and layer, one upon another, right? So they are the sedimentary rock. They have been formed as a result of deposition, accumulation and concentration in the horizontal strata. So coal and some forms of iron ore have been concentrated as a result of a long period under a great heat and pressure. So coal you have seen already, right? Then another group of sedimentary minerals include the gypsum, potash salt and sodium salt. They are also formed as a result of evaporation, especially in arid region. So cadet, please continue this. Next, Basavraj. From Basavraj, please start reading.
In sedimentary rocks, a number of minerals occur in beds or layers. They have been formed as a result of accumulation and concentration in horizontal strata. Coal and some forms of iron ore have been concentrated as a result of a long periods under a great heat and a pressure. Another group of sedimentary minerals, including gypsum, potash salt, and sodium salt. These are formed as a result of evaporation, especially in the arid region.
Okay, good. I hope so. This paragraph already I have read, and Bhavna also. Next, please continue, child. Basavraj, please continue.
Another mode of formation of surface rocks and the removal of soluble constituential mass of weathered materials containing ore. Bauxite is formed this way.
Okay, stop. So bauxite is one of the ore from which we can extract aluminium. The word is here, that's why I stated you, because when we are going to study about it in detail one, at that time we will discuss. So the point number 1, we have seen the igneous and metamorphic rocks, in that the veins and lode. The second one, in the layer by layer, the beds and layers will be there in sedimentary rocks. The example of that mineral we had seen here. Then the third one is another mode of formation which involve the decomposition of surface of the rocks, right? Next, fourth one. Tanmay, please continue. Tanmay, please continue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Certain minerals may occur as well deposits valley floors, and these the base of these hills. These deposits are called placer deposits and generally contain minerals which are not corroded by water. Gold, silver, tin and platinum are most important among such minerals.
Very good, Tanmay. Now by reading this fourth point, it is clear to you everyone, gold, silver, tin, platinum are the most important. As the child, you are seeing my palm here, I am wearing the 2 rings, right? One is of gold, another is of the copper. But as the particular season is there, so it's having the little bit dark reddish or greeny color. But this gold is not having like that, right? These are the examples of such minerals where they are having. Now here the point is here, the placer deposit. Placer deposit, please stick it, have underline to this, placer deposit, right? Certain minerals may occur such as the alluvial deposit in sand on the valley floors and the base of hills, and these deposits are called as the placer deposit. So what are they? Please stick it, and the examples of these type of mineral, gold, silver, tin, platinum is here. Please have a note to this. Next, Shreya Patil, please continue. Shreya Patil, please continue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The ocean waters contain vast quantities of minerals, but most of these are too widely diffused to be of economic significance. However, common salt, magnesium, and bromine are largely derived from ocean waters. The ocean beds, too, are rich in manganese nodules.
Very good. Now here the point number 5, right? We are talking and discussing about the mode of occurrence of the minerals from where we are finding all these minerals. So we are on the 5th point, the ocean water contain a vast quantity of mineral, but most of these are too widely diffused to be economic significant. That means it is going to be very costly to extract them. However, the common salt, manganese, bromine are largely derived from the ocean water. As you are knowing that the common salt, right? That is easily available. What we are doing, we are collecting the ocean water in a specific area, and after that we are taking these type of mineral. So the ocean beds too are the rich in the manganese nodules. Next, Abhiram. Abhiram, please continue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There is one interesting fact after this, sir.
Yes, that interesting facts about the rat hole mining, right? Please read out.
Interesting fact, rat hole mining. Do you know that most of the minerals in India are nationalized and their extraction is possible only after obtaining due permission from the government? But in most of the tribal areas of the Northeast India, minerals are owned by individuals or communities. In Meghalaya, there are large deposits of coal, iron ore, limestone and dolomite, etc. Coal mining in Jowai and Cherrapunji is done by family members in the form of a long narrow tunnel known as rat hole mining. The
Very
National
good.
Green Tribunal has declared such activities illegal and recommended that these should be stopped forthwith.
Very good, Abhiram. So, rat hole mining is an interesting aside for you, that the mining is done as the rat is making the holes and they are extracting the minerals. And where it is done and everything, it is given there. I request the cadet to please have a tick mark on that and place as a homework to read out. Next, Abhiram, please continue. India is fortunate to have fairly.
India is fortunate to have a fairly rich and varied mineral source. However, these are unevenly
Where these
distributed.
are unevenly distributed. Broadly speaking,
Abhiram, you only read.
Broadly speaking, peninsular rocks contain most of the reserves of coal, metallic minerals, mica and other non-metallic minerals. Sedimentary rocks on the western and eastern flanks of the peninsula in Gujarat and Assam have most of the petroleum deposits.
Okay, very good. Now please have attention, moving toward the explanation of this part. India is fortunate to have, that means we are having the rich as well as the varied varieties of the mineral resource. However, these are unevenly distributed. That means it is not fixed that all the minerals are having at one place. But broadly, if we are speaking that the peninsular rocks contain most of the reserve of the coal, metallic minerals, mica mainly, and that. Already you are knowing about the Kolar mine, Kudremukh, Ballari, Chitradurg and so on. So there is no need to have a more explanation on these part. Quickly we are going to see the another. Then next, Lakshmi from 10C. Please continue, child. Lakshmi from 10C. Next, Nikhil Patil from 10th A. Nikhil Patil, please unmute yourself. Nikhil.
Yes, sir.
Please start to read out.
Sir. Rajasthan, with the rock systems of the peninsula, has reserves of many non-ferrous minerals. The vast alluvial plains of North India are almost devoid of economic minerals. These variations exist largely because of the differences in the geological structure, process and time involved in the formation of minerals.
Very good. Now, cadet, please have attention. Rajasthan, with the rock system of peninsula, has reserve of many non-ferrous minerals. To understand about the ferrous and non-ferrous, please unmute. Someone is having the disturbance. The vast alluvial plain of the North India are having the economical mineral and the variation exists largely. I am placing one homework for you. As the part is coming for the North India, you have to text me the answer that which is the part in North India which is having the gold, the area which is having the deposition of the gold. Just we are having the Kolar gold mine in Karnataka. So in Uttar Pradesh, which is that area, which is that place, the name of the place where we are having the mountains of gold, right, inside the earth. Next, Lingraj from 10th B. Lingraj of 10th B, please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Please continue, child.
Let us now study the distribution. Yes, sir. Let us now study the distribution of a few major minerals in India. Always remember that the concentration of mineral in the ore, the ease of extraction and closeness to the market play an important role in affecting the economic viability of a reserve. Thus, to meet the demand, a choice has to be made between a number of possible options. When this is done, a mineral deposit or reserve turns into a mine.
Okay, very good, beta. Next, now we are going to study about the different types of the minerals present in India, about their distribution, and we are going to see and categorize them, the ferrous, non-ferrous, what are their importance in the market and other things. So deposit or reserve turns into the mine, right? So number of the things, suppose you are having a land piece and you are digging it to construct a particular house or hotel or whatever it may be, and if you are going to find the coal deposit over there, so you have to inform the government related to this thing is available here. If you want your personal authentication on that particular ore, if it is going to be having huge amount, so all the procedures you have to nominate, take the permission, license from the government, then you can do it. Now the common example of that particular mines and everything we are going to discuss in the upcoming point. Next, Venkatesh from 10th B. Venkatesh from 10th B.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So today in this class we had covered the following points. The following point, first the classification of the minerals, right? So please read out the classification of mineral. Are you having the textbook? Figure number 5.1, classification of mineral. Venkatesh, are you having textbook? Okay. Shanta Kumar, please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Previous class, I placed the homework to you that you have to read out, you have to draw the classification of mineral.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please read out.
Minerals, metallic, non-metallic energy minerals. In metallic, ferrous containing iron, iron ore, magnesium, nickel, cobalt. Non-ferrous, copper, lead, tin, bauxite. Precious, gold, silver, platinum. In non-metallic, mica, salt, potash, sulfur, granite, limestone, marble, sandstone. In energy minerals, coal, natural.
Very good. Now the question is here, why there is a classification of mineral is needed? Shanta Kumar, please answer it. Why there is a classification of mineral is needed, right? You all have enjoyed the class. Now thank you to everyone, but now we are going to have a doubt solving class, right? The doubt and difficulty we will take it here. Okay.